What's up, geeks and gamers? My name is Draymond, and welcome to Thorium Gaming. We're back with episode 5 of Knightly Valor, our attempts to unite the old world under the worship of the Lady, and see off all the evil forces of the undead, chaos, and those filthy little rat men. And I know that Arch, Total War, yeah, he's not liking that too much, because he plays Skaven. Does some great lore videos and everything too, has no idea who the hell I am. But that's fine, that's great, because I play Bretonnian, so he automatically thinks I have a screw loose in my head. But let's face it, he's right. Anyway, over the last few episodes, we've been trying to consolidate what little footholds and gains we have in Bretonnia. Caron and Languille have been basically rebuilt from the ground up. They've suffered orc raids and raids by Norskins, and it's been bad. Chaplain Grimaldus is getting a few knights errant coming in, so that'll help out. And Castle Baston fell to the orcs. Now, we could push it with just our army, but we are allied with Artois. So, let's see how they feel about making a war target out of Baston. And if we can take Baston, we can come back up. I have a feeling that things up in the Empire are not going as pretty as they could be. I mean, we're at war with a couple Empire provinces, and yeah, it's generally not good. And Marienburg's still bothering me. I mean, I think they're at war with the Empire too? They are at war with the Empire. So, they could be getting hit by that, but we don't want to give too much leeway towards the men of the North. The undead, of course, decided to pick fights down here, and we had to break our pacts with Bordeaux and everything. Took a big chivalry hit in the process, but we just didn't have an option. So Castle Baston, even if we take it just to lose it again, it's fine. Well, it's not fine. It should be in our hands. But Baston got wiped out, and we can't afford any risks there. And in 4 turns, our wider plows are going to be done, and that'll help us out. Now, we're going to be taking a big hit to our income, and I'd really love to send Chaplain off to collect a few of those islands that are all over the place, but I don't think we're going to have an option of that. So let's pass it over to the other nations and see what they do. And yeah, the Empire took Marienburg. It's technically an Empire city, all things considered, but it keeps itself aloof from the Empire. They're more interested in trade than whatever the Emperor is doing. So, there's that. Now, the only people up there that I'm really worried about is like Middenland, because we're at war with them, and a couple other places. Hey, Artois actually decided to take advantage of our war target, and is coming to help us out with Castle Baston. That's going to be a big deal. I'd really like it if the Red Duke could pick whether or not he wants to push inland or not, because every time he goes inland, it gives us a chance to take on Lyonesse. But he keeps running back and forth, just killing off troops, going back and replenishing, killing off troops, going back and replenishing. It's part of the Vampire Count's mechanics. If they're in an area that doesn't have vampiric corruption, then that happens. Now, peasant service, we'd lose 25% from all of our farms in the region. We're already hurting for cash. We don't have any industry, and we don't raid, so this is kind of like a neutral idea. Artois has mobilized, and chaos is stirring. Languille has just got itself a upgrade, which we're going to take full advantage of, and we'll give Ryan the Mantle of the Lady. We're going to have her join up with Chaplain's forces for right now. And now, the one thing we've been waiting to do here.
You know who I am.
Yes, of course. Oh, you got a rogue, Lady Ryan. Don't really like how it mouses over like that. Anyway, we're going to get a windmill to give us some growth, extra income from farms, and it's going to allow us to start upgrading this so we can get flame and pox arrows. And we're definitely going to be swapping over to those when we're able to. Now for this fight out in the center here.
Do you know who I am?
If I can actually select Lou and Liancourt. If we go into this fight, it's within our fight range, but we have our Twa coming in to help us, and there's a bunch of orcs up on the walls. The only things that really worry me are the actual orc boys. The savage orcs and the savage orc biguns are not actually a threat. But we're going to go in and fight this to see how it works out. Trying to fight as many battles as we can this time so we don't randomly lose generals or forces. And we'll see how this works out, but we should be having a fairly large army from our Twa coming in to help us out. So there's two gates that we could go through, and we're going to try to be a little bit subtle about it. So we're going to use our archers and our knights to push through this side. And we're going to use our infantry to try and push through this side. So if we group up our infantry units over here, let's put our tower there, get our battering ram more in line with the gate. They're going to take over that. And they're all swordsmen, so we might as well group them up. Same with the spearmen. We're going to come in right behind them and take advantage of the towers. Now our Knights of the Realm, and put them into their lance formation. We're going to hide them in the woods for now so they can't get shot. Our Pegasus Knights are going to cause some havoc on the walls. We don't need them back in our deployment zone. They can be a little bit forward. Our archers, however, are going to move up and start shooting, and our king is going to take advantage and hold them to it. Did these guys get ungrouped? They must have. Anyway, so let's start and pause real quick. So here's the options that we have available to us. Our trebuchets are going to destroy the gate. Our archers are going to move up and start shooting, and Lewin's going to keep them generally in line. They've got a few archers up on the walls here. I'm going to let our Pegasus Knights hit them. Put a tower on either side of the gate. Have our battering ram hit the gate. Have our spearmen go up on the walls there. I really wish Ryan was over in this fight, because she would make it a heck of a lot easier. But beggars can't be choosers, and right now we really have no option to be choosy. So once this gate gets broken down, our knights are going to burn through it as quickly as we can. And we have a massive mound of infantry from our Twa coming in to help us out. With any luck, they'll see what we're trying to do, and they're going to get involved in this. Now, our Pegasus Knights are going to start doing what Pegasus Knights do best, and that's slaughter people. So Pegasus Knights have been a boon to the start of this entire campaign. We've suffered some losses and some indignity throughout it all, but those Pegasus Knights have really helped out. And I'm incredibly impressed with the field trebuchets. Now, the blessed ones are better, obviously, but just the standard ones, too, are able to do a very large amount of work. Looks like these archers are getting pretty beat up. As soon as those gates are down, we're going to charge our knights through. We're losing a few archers, but we should have maybe a turn in Baston to restock. I'm still worried about what's going to happen on the northwest coast, so we're probably going to pull this army out of here as quickly as we can. It might leave it open to another Bretonnian realm to come in and take it, probably Paravon. And the gates are open. So let's charge our men through.
Orders, my lord! Men of Bretonia!
And our guys are doing a fair amount of work up on the walls over here.
Champion of the lady! Defenders of the realm!
With the gates open, the Bretonnians can do what they do best. Charge. We've routed one unit of Savage Boy, or just Orc Error Boys. And these big uns down here are getting crushed by our king and our Knights of the Realm. Man, they stand as tall as a knight on a horse. But they're definitely not winning this fight. And while our archers are taking a fair bit of damage, that's actually okay. If we have to combine units in there, that's fine. We'll let our trebuchets free fire now. And they should be hitting people up on the walls. And Shiffroy and his troops are flooding through the enemy fortress. Coming big. Now our Pegasus Knights, the two units that have been doing the most work for us, go after those orc boys. They have a Goblin Great Shaman. One of our units, the Knights of the Realm, are pretty low on hit points. But these Spider Rider archers are kind of in a bad spot right now. They have knights all over them. Once they break, we'll be able to... Oh, it looks like we're breaking the army in general with this. And there's our victory. So we're just going to end it there. Normally, I would try to explain it out a little bit, but I don't want to lose any more troops. Now, we lost a fair bit of troops, but we took Baston, and that'll allow us to fortify it a little bit. And then we can get King Lewin's army moving back towards Caron. We'll definitely occupy it. So King Lewin, we're going to give you Route Marcher. I would love to give you the Lady's Mantle to increase your missile resistance, but we're going to be moving you a fair bit. Our archers did get banged up, so we're going to try and merge them. Merge a couple of units of spearmen together.
Warrior King.
Now, it seems like you're sacrificing a lot when you're doing this. You're sacrificing unit size in general, and some experience. But at the same time, I can kind of deal with that. Because now, we are down to 7 out of 12 infantry units. Which we're immediately going to popularize, or populate, up here with the good chaplain. A couple of units of swordmen at arms, and a unit of archers. That'll take us up to 10, and then we can get a couple of more later on. Castle Baston is going to be suffering conquest for the next turn. -5 because our chivalry is so low. Taxes for 4, raiding for 3. That'll go away. Provincial instability for 3. But if we kill the taxes from it, because we're not making money off of it at all, really, that'll take care of a bunch of the everything, and we'll pass it off to the other nations. The raiding should stop as soon as Artois is on their turn. And Bordeaux has ended their military access pact with us. They don't like us too much right now, which, you know, it's understandable. I think we still have a trade agreement with them, though, so that's not going to hurt our treasury at all. And I'm really hoping that Marienburg army is not coming for us. But the way our luck has been going right now, it's probably coming for us. So we're going to have to get King Lewin moving back as quickly as knightly possible. Push their horses to the limits. Now, even if we lose Castle Baston later on, even if it's to the vampires from Mousilon, we need to keep Corone and Languille in our possessions. So we're definitely not going to slack off when it comes to that. But now that we've seen the Marienburg army come in, the Scourge of King got
The
destroyed.
lady's chosen.
King Lewin,
Farewell.
move your butts. Because we need those troops way back up north. Now we're still going to be losing a lot of control. Castle Baston's defenses aren't that great. But like I said, it's not too big of a deal. And Grimaldus, we're going to give you Blade Master, because you've leveled up. Not sure what's going to happen with that Marienburg, or Middenheim? Middenheim. It's Middenheim. Looks like it's mostly infantry. But what we need to do is get King Lewin up into range to reinforce, and then we can probably take that army out with our own troops, and then go back to Baston and hit Mousilon from two sides. I don't know what the odds of us confederating with Artois are. Probably very low. They do like us, and they like what we've been doing against other people. So they are a possibility coming up. And we get wider plows coming up here pretty quick. We can't really do much right now, so we're going to have to pass it off to the other nations, and we'll see what that Middenland army does. It's led by Boris Todbringer, of all people. So that's their legendary lord.
Bretonnian land. I'll have your will, and I'll have it now.
And they ended their trade agreement with us. So that's going to hurt our finances just a bit. I'd really rather not conquer Bretonnia by force, but we're starting to look like we might have to do just that. So it is what it is. I mean, we do have a truncated tech list, and a lot of our research is all towards confederating with people. Though I do suppose that Gorsel kind of gives us an out if we want to push to the northeast, too. And we have raiding in Corone. That's going to hurt our finances more than a little. This is the problem with the peasant economy. And Cassian of Paravon is going to go after Castle Baston. The unfortunate part is we might just have to let that happen. Because it's not going to get any better if we lose our capital. But we're definitely going to have to build and focus on attacking as soon as this is all said and done. If Castle Baston falls, so be it. We're not getting any tax income out of it anyway, so it's not going to hurt us too badly overall. The raiding in Corone is definitely hurting us.
Making my way.
But now our liege is back within range of Corone. We can deal with that on our next turn.
Not likely.
And we'll have wider plows in a turn here, so we should be able to come out of our economic funk not too badly off. And then we have to hope that Mousilon's going to go out to the east. Losing Castle Baston is going to suck. It really is. And we're going to be fighting other Bretonnians. But it is what it is. So right now we're still going to have to continue the trend of just handing it over to the other nations to see what they do. And with any luck, we're going to be able to pull this out. Now, I don't want to go to war with Bordeaux, but I will if we have to. And Grimaldus gained the devoted trait, so he actually cleanses corruption in whatever territory he's in now. And where is Boris going? He's a mostly infantry army from what I saw, so Cassian is only raiding in Baston. Okay then. He's not going to try and take the castle. We're still very, very, very much hurting in money. So we're going to have to deal with one of these raiding armies.
You ask for a boon. Speak.
And we just lost our trade agreement with Schrace. So we are really hurting for cash right now. Might have to drop a unit of the Knights of the Realm or something here. Knights Errant. So, Devoted, plus 10 Chivalry, plus 5 Leadership, and plus 3 Untainted for his local province. And we got Wider Plows researched, and there's still raiding going on. Why Bretonnians would be raiding at all is beyond me. Almhouses give us leadership for peasants, which peasants are just terrible, all things considered. We're going to have to go with the irrigation ditches. And we're going to have to deal with Boris Todbringer. Lewin can't get into combat with him by himself. So we're going to be dealing with another turn of raiding. So what we're going to end up having to do, and I hate to do it, is to disband a unit of Knights Errant, so we get one more turn before it really hits us. And Lewin, you're going to go out to be reinforced by Grimaldus. So, let's let it roll.
Let the supplicant come forward.
Alariel the Radiant has declared war on us. And Illyrian joined them, so we have a bunch of elves angry with us, along with a bunch of Bretonnians angry with us, and of course, Empire men angry with us, and other things. And Boris Todbringer has gone to ambush. Hopefully we're able to see him. And they are besieging Castle Baston. I think what's going to have to end up happening is we're going to have to see off Boris Todbringer. Hopefully we're able to foil his ambush and engage him on the field, because he's in range of Caron, but he'll probably run from that. Can he run after an ambush? I'm not sure. And we did discover him. So we're going to lose Baston, which is alright. It's not really alright, but it's alright.
Moving out. Strength and honor.
This is a fight we have to get into. Pretty much matched forces. Only thing in there that really bothers me is the Pistoliers. But with the way our troops look, the fact that we have a lot of veterancy, and now we have 3 heroes involved in this, including a caster, and it's on a battlefield that actually favors us, assuming all our forces are on the same side of the river anyway, we can deal a pretty heavy blow. I mean, okay, good. So we are going to gamble on 6, because 6 is kind of underrated for what we need. 9's not much better, but it's better than 6. So they have the defensive. We're going to let them try and come across the river a little bit, and then we're going to smash them on our side of the river. So our men-at-arms set up here. Grimaldus' forces are going to come in from behind us. The major advantage we have right now is our trebuchets, because they can start hitting immediately. And what we're going to do is let our Pegasus Knights and our Knights of the Realm run Outrider, while this forms our solid base. And then Grimaldus' troops are going to join up while the Knights go down the flank with the rest of them. Alright, so let's just pause really quick and get these other men-at-arms into a position where they can do some good. These Knights of the Realm, you guys are going to go into the Lance formation. You guys are going to come over here. Might as well join you up with the Archer group. Not going to give them a chance to shoot at us.
Knights of the Ring!
I don't even know if those pistoliers have seen us yet. But we've effectively divided their force in half. While they're taking abuse from giant pieces of castle being flung at them, we can keep them moving over there, and then we can deal with them piecemeal. Since they're agreeing with us so readily, let's actually pull our knights and our casters in here. And let's just pause really quick. Set up some charges. Really let our guys fly off the handle. If we can crush a lot of these little formations right now, that would be great. Let's use some magic to our advantage here.
Noble and pious!
Fail trebuchet!
Let's get our trebuchets realigned, because we're going to win this fight on this edge, without question. Being able to divide them piecemeal like this has really, really been an advantage. I didn't think we would get that lucky, but
Son of Britannia!
Child of light.
I'm doing that thing where when I'm focusing, I again stop talking. Some of you might find that quite enjoyable, to be honest. And with the pistoliers broken, the only real threat to us is gone, if we can get them to break. And they've just broken, so let's get our Knights of the Realm out of there.
King Luan Leoker! The lady at my right!
And let's get our Pegasi, Dre.
King Luan Leoker!
Learn your plurals, man, learn your plurals. And King Luan, let's go after Boris. We'll even give you a chaplain to go in there and
Priestess of the lady.
help do some damage.
Power of the lady.
And Ryan, of course, will be getting a fair bit of damage in. This is turning into a giant scrum fest here. Let's take out those crossbowmen.
Defenders of the realm! Swiftly!
See if we can get a side charge in on one of these guys.
For the lady! Cut them down! Battle ready!
And as far as our archers go, before they're completely out of ammunition, let's get you pointed towards the woods a little bit. And Ryan, how about you zap another big unit?
I can't leap far. All shall know my
Hastily!
Fighting in the woods is not ideal for Bretonians.
Charge! We serve the king! Ready for battle!
Our knights are taking a fair bit of beating this time, but we've also completely buggered a bunch of the Empire's units, and with any luck we'll be able to get them completely screwing off.
Cleanse our land!
I am with you!
Withdraw! King Luan Leoncoeur! By the lady!
It started out as a few little melees, and it looks like we've won this one. Now this is one of the cases where we're going to let our knights ride down as many enemies as we can.
To victory!
Slay them!
Because the more of them that we can kill off in this particular case, the better off we're going to be.
Knights of the Helm! Smite them!
So we're going to let our troops have some fun. One of the units of Knights Errant broke, which is not cool. Not cool at all. But they're just young men who haven't yet earned their spurs. So let's just speed it up because we know what's coming. A lot of glorious charges and a lot of dead men of the Empire. Because the more of them that we can kill off, if they manage to somehow regroup after this, I don't want to have to fight a full strength army. I'd rather it just be finished and done with. Send Marienburg screaming back up to the Empire provinces that spawned them. But watching their numbers go down a significant amount is never a bad thing. Ooh, is there a chance that we could kill off Boris? He's on foot, so he can't outrun our knights. I don't know if we'll be able to kill him, though. If we can kill him, or at least wound him, then that makes this kind of academic. He's wounded. Okay, we're going to end it there. It should be good. We lost a fair number of troops. They lost a lot more. We were outnumbered almost 2-1. And we were outnumbered pretty much 2-1. And we killed, what, 8-1? So I'm going to call that a victory. Now we could redeem them, which we're going to kind of need to do this time. We'll take you on as minor squires of the Empire. Or Bretonia. And a militiaman, +1 rank for all infantry units. Ranger standard. The other trickster shard for Grimaldus.
My reputation precedes me.
And this just got juicy.
Leaving.
So, Lewin leveled up. And now we're going to get him the Lady's Mantle. To avoid unfortunate things.
Cleanse our land!
We'll give the Razor standard. Wait, it gives us what? Strider. So we don't need to put that onto Pegasus Knights. Let's give that to the stronger unit of Knights of the Realm. This is well outside of our combat zone, and we're not going to lose too much. To crush what remained of the Empire's army and replenish our numbers. So, we gave Warrior for Lewin. +10 Chivalry. We're finally out of the negatives for Chivalry! Yes! That's extra public order, melee attack, and weapon strength all around. I'm really happy about that. And Grimaldus gained the Twilight Banner, which gives him Strider and physical resistance for a unit. We got a Hedge Wizard, so +8 power reserves. An Obsidian Lodestone. And it looks like Grimaldus has leveled up as well. We're going to make him hard to hit. And Ryan gained another level, and she's going to be able to cleanse more corruption. Now Ryan, we want you to go down and start messing with Mousilon. King Lewin,
I will see it.
we're going to see if we can go over and break the siege of Baston. And Grimaldus,
Of the lady be upon
you're going to go back into Corone as soon as we're able. That was a really, really, really productive war. And you know what? We're going to actually have to just sacrifice Baston. It's not a great thing,
I am the
but
blood of Gilles.
if we can get built up here, get these armies a few more things, we're going to lose 2 peasant units, but we haven't been using them yet. Anyway, we're going to take on Lyonesse, and then Mousilon, and we're going to deal with the vampires once and for all. Because they're starting to bug me.
You know who I am. The lady grants you safe
I might as well try to confederate with Artois again, but it's not going to happen. I wonder if we could get them to take a peace treaty. No. But now we're not suffering any of the negatives of low chivalry, so that's a good thing. So we can pass it off to the other nations and see what they're going to do, see if the siege of Bastogne finally happens. That was Balthazar Gelt, the leader of the colleges of magic for the Empire. That's a warrior priest of Sigmar. Didn't know they had lords for that. Thought it was only heroes. I'm really, really, really hoping that Bastogne doesn't fall, though. There's a skull reef just off the Elven Isles. Now, we're at war with a bunch of the elves. Avalorn and Illyrian. Is it worth sneaking over there for 10,000 crowns? Well, we might be able to sneak Grimaldus over there to grab them, and we do need the money. So, I don't know. And if Chiffroy is going to Artois, we might be able to get him to come in and help us with Mousilon. This is going to depend on a lot of different little things. And the Red Duke is leaving the Lyonesse area completely. It would take him 2 turns to get back there. We might have to go for it. I mean, we have the Trebuchets and we have the Pegasus Knights. And while we're at it, we still have Bastogne in our grip. And we just got the Sword of Couronne quest. Strange Mist. Control -2 for 5 turns. And we got a hero recruited at Couronne. I believe that's what it was. Oh, we will get it. Have 3 Knights of the Realm in the following Lord's army. Lewin, Lee, and Kerr. Well, to do that, we would need 7,500 crowns. So I think what we're going to do is, I'm sorry, Chaplain, but we're going to kind of gut your army. Because Lewin is going to move down to the edges of our realm. And you, good Chaplain, it's a bit of a risk, I know, but you're going to go and try to get that Skull Reef. Because if you're able to, that's going to be a massive boon for us.
By the light of the lady.
And Lady Ryan, you're going to go do your thing. Now Artois, you're still not increasing with us too much. We can't get you to go after Lyonesse. I guess you're not at war with the ones we're at. It's only Middenheim and Avalorn that you're at war with. So, we can't get your help against the other 2. And again, if we have to sacrifice Bastogne, we have to sacrifice Bastogne. It's not a great thing to have to do, but it is what it is. Let's pass it over real quick. And that'll be probably the last turn for this week. Not exactly the easiest turn in history, but we got a nice big couple of fights out of it. Even though we knew Bastogne was probably going to get retaken. If we can get that Skull Reef, though, we'll be able to start rolling on some other things. Get Knights of the Realm being produced in Lewin's army, which will give us a Paladin, so another member of the 232 will show up. And just as a forewarning for everyone out there, I do like to use the old-style honorific for Sir. S-A-R, not S-I-R. And we didn't really stand a chance there anyway. And we have lost Bastogne. You know what? That's okay. It's in Bretonnian hands for now, not orcs. And the Red Duke declared war on us. So that makes our lives a little bit more easy, I guess. And Artois joined in, so now we can declare Mousilon and Lyonesse targets for Chiffroy's army too, and we'll see if he wants to join us in this little fight. So we lost Bastogne. Didn't really hurt us overall. But you know what? That's fine.
Your plan is a good
We'll go to the borders of our realm.
I have seen your heart.
We'll let Lady Ryan go down and do some scouting.
protector of the realm.
We'll make Lyonesse a target.
Do you know who I am? I go thither.
And we'll send the good chaplain out to try and sneak in and grab that skull reef, while staying as far away from Lyonesse as possible.
Taking my leave.
So I doubt the Red Duke's going to want to come out and meet and greet with us that easily. We have a lot of swordsmen-at-arms, a unit of spears, some archers, some Knights of the Realm, Knights Errant, Pegasus Knights, and some trebuchets.
This is impudence.
They'll crush most of these units pretty easily. The Black Knights will go down to our Knights of the Realm. The Grave Guard, they're a little bit tough. The Vargulf, Knights of the Realm. The rest of it we don't know. And the Red Duke himself, well, that's what we have the King for. But that's going to do it for this week, guys. So if you enjoyed the video, please consider hitting that like button. If you'd like to join up with the 232, possibly see your name pop up in one of the Let's Plays, just hit that subscribe button. Make sure you turn your notifications on so you don't miss when a new video goes out. And remember, guys, life is a game, so play to win. And until next time, take care.